What price love? Well, if you want to bring a loved one here from outside Europe, the answer is just over £18,000 a year. That's what you need to earn to make sure your partner qualifies for a visa to come and live with you. It's a new rule from a government desperate to clamp down on immigration, but some families say it's tearing them apart. Here's Martin Jones.
No, wrong way, Mummy, no!
They say love knows no boundaries.
Yes.
But what happens when you fall in love with someone who isn't allowed to live in the UK? Well, that happened to Molly and Andy Russell from Bath. Home Office rules, introduced 2 years ago, mean British citizens have to earn £18,600 to bring their partners here if they're not from Europe. At the time, Andy didn't.
We have 3.
It meant Molly had to live in China, with Andy and their sons in the UK. They made this video to show what it was like.
You know, I'd come home every evening to the realisation that my wife was thousands of miles away in another country with, you know, on her own, and you know, the boys were without both their mum and dad. I took it very badly, to be honest. You know, what sort of man can't keep his family together, you know?
But their love story does have a happy ending.
There's Mummy! Go, 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 go!
Andy now has a job paying over the threshold, and Molly is allowed to live with him. But they still think the policy is cynical.
Much better than computer, Mummy, isn't it?
I guess I could extend some sympathy that to win votes they're giving a lot of the British public what they think the British public want. The newspapers tell us on a daily basis that immigration's a problem. Even down in Cornwall, even one of my colleagues one day said, look, there's just no space.
It's hard to keep a relationship going when you can only communicate with the one that you love online. But I've spoken to several families in the West who've had to do exactly that. Nonetheless, the government says the new rules are effective in helping to keep down immigration. The Home Office didn't want to be interviewed about these new rules, partly because they're currently subject to a legal challenge. But in a statement, they told us they welcome those who wish to make a life in the UK, though that mustn't be at the taxpayer's expense. They add that migrants must speak our language and pay their way, and that they consider all applications in line with the rules. And the rules are being applied strictly, even to those who've served their country. Trivandrum Rungasamy was born in South Africa.
Have a nice day, ma'am.
But is now British and has been living in Swindon. He served in the British Army for 10 years. He did tours of Afghanistan and Iraq. But after being made redundant, he'd been earning below the threshold, meaning his wife and children are stuck in South Africa.
It's like a nail being driven through my heart. You know, I live for my kids and my wife. They're what drives me. I wake up for them every mornings, and it's just a sad situation I'm in right now. It's very emotionally breaking me, and I feel so let down by the system.
It's Conservative Party policy to reduce net migration to the UK to the tens of thousands. But the latest figures showed immigration rising. And if the High Court does decide the new income rules are too strict, it'll make meeting that commitment even harder.